Hey everyone, I'm Heslin Kim with Polymath, and I'm here with
Samuel Falkon, co-founder of Coti, and it's VP BizDev.
Guy Klajman, Chief Revenue Officer of Coti.
I've seen you guys around at multiple conferences and all around, so could you tell us a bit about your project for those who might not have seen you recently?
Yeah, definitely. Coti is developing a platform for payment networks for any kind of organization, individuals, and merchants online that want to utilize a payment network of their own, accepting cryptocurrencies and also fiat currencies, converting between one another. The key differences that we have in compared to a lot of other solutions out there is that we are developing this technology on the directed acyclic graph. You're probably familiar with other projects like IOTA, Nano, and so on. Our unique way of utilizing the DAG is that we are keeping it completely decentralized with our nodes into it. So that's one thing. Another important feature that we are having is the fact that we are having our own solutions in the form of exchange, liquidity provider. On top of the technology, we're also offering arbitration layer. We call it mediation, unique nodes that their main purpose is to act as juries, pretty much solving any kind of disputes, errors in the network, even to a point that one user, one node has been mistaken in typing the wrong amount. Every dispute can be solved by the mediators, receiving big data from the ledger itself, not familiar with one another, and the arbitration is being done in a completely decentralized way. We will be offering also a debit card of our own, which you can see from here with Guy. We will be offering the online merchants low to zero fees, which is one of the essential things that give us also a big differentiation compared to other projects. And we think that we also partnered up with a couple of big, massive advisors and partners so that we can offer more than 10,000 merchants of processing.com, our own solution. We have already got applications for more than 5,000 merchants applying to use the technology and to pay low to zero fees, to enjoy the arbitration layer, the other features that we are offering to them, and obviously to enjoy the cryptocurrency industry and to mix it with the fiat world, which is currently a little bit limited in use. So we really want to implement it for each and every merchant to either use the Coti solution, which is already prepared, Coti Pay, or to have it as its own payment network, develop its own token. We'll be able to use all the features that we have developed, the arbitration, the liquidity, the hedging, and obviously also the legislation and the regulation, which is something that's very important for us. We are among the first and the only project that have the DLT license coming from Gibraltar. Wow. So it's been going to be activated on Coti X, our exchange. Both the AlphaNet and the beta testing for the merchants and the Coti X, will be available already in a month's time. So, so very exciting times for Coti. Yeah.
Great. You guys are on a roadshow now. We're at Korea Blockchain Week. What do you guys have in store for any up and coming? Can you release any information you might be talking about at Korea Blockchain Week to us here at Polymath Network?
Yeah.
Maybe about the funding. So we have already $10 million overcommitted in the current round. Yeah. Thank you. And next month we're opening another 20 million. Currently it's a private sale. So we came basically to Korea to look for strategic investors, to look for more publishers to utilize our system. Developers, as we mentioned, payment solution is one outcome which can utilize this technology. And as Samuel mentioned, this technology is mainly used for cases where you need high throughput and trust. So payment was a natural segment to attack, but this technology can be used for other purposes, such as smart contracts, etc. So we're looking for developers to use our platform, for merchants to adopt us, and basically provide the advantages of cryptocurrency to the masses, which up till now was not the case because of the different issues that we needed to solve before making it acceptable for all.
Great. And you guys are based in Tel Aviv, and you talked about you have roughly 5,000 merchants that are looking to get on board. How distributed are those merchants for you guys?
Well, they're globally, worldwide merchants coming from each continent that you can imagine, in every country almost.
Yeah.
I think that what the merchant like the most is the fact that we have our own consensus, the trust chain, which is inhabited rank in each and every node, and that's how the merchant can feel safe when transactions are coming in. So we won't be getting any kind of chargebacks or any kind of fraud alerts coming on this transaction. So I think that every merchant out there that wants to feel secure is excited about the fact that Coti is going to be live soon, just because it's securing its own business in a way.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'd like to ask you guys a little bit about the regulatory space in Israel. What kind of moves are they making towards security tokens and utility tokens?
Well, it's a good question. As a matter of fact, a lot of projects out there are also looking for some kind of a regulatory framework. In the meantime, we only have the tax authorities giving a slight slight note about the actual taxes you need to pay for Bitcoin holdings and so on, but there isn't any kind of clear regulation about the ICO projects or blockchain projects in general, so we are also very much looking forward for it. I think that we want to embrace any kind of licensing coming from each country, especially when it's the country of the origin of the project.
Great. Where would you see security tokens, let's say, in the next 6 months? It's definitely a big discussion in the United States. Projects that are potentially going to be listed will be considered security tokens within the United States, even if it's from abroad. So where do you see security tokens in, let's say, 6 months or a year from now?
Yeah, well, I think security, it's funny because the authorities in the States, the ACC and the SEC, are probably going to consider most of the projects as security tokens. Unless you really have a complete decentralized system that you can prove the utility of it. Now, for us as Coti, I see no other choice but getting Coti as a utility token, because the Coti token is part of the ecosystem in the payment for each merchant that chooses our solution or building its own payment network. So Coti is the actual token that utilized between all parts. In about security, I think that a lot of projects are underestimate the fact that they are security, and they need to be prepared for that, because if they are going to be security, there's going to be a lot of consequences for that, and nobody wants to mess around with the ACC. So I think that in 6 months' time, as you ask, most of the projects are going to be labeled as securities. And some projects like Falkon and other projects and Coti and so on are definitely going to have a utility inside the core technology, and that's going to make the differentiation between some projects.
Thank you. Yeah, I love the concept of finally fixing the dispute issue within blockchain, so that's fantastic. Sounds like you guys have...
And also the scalability issue of current DAG technologies as well. So we basically have the ability to process tens of thousands of transactions at once. So apart from security, also in terms of scalability, in terms of safe and secure and widespread payment solution. That's our goal and that's our aim. And we plan on going by that by approaching first the merchants who really are looking for an alternative payment system with much lower fees than what they currently pay, which is instant, scalable. And of course, we have our white label solution offering the merchants, the large merchants, the ability to create their own tokens, their own white label branding, and their own currency and gain all of the advantages that we offer using the Coti Pay system.
Great. Where can people find out more about the Coti project and maybe potentially where to contact you guys?
Yeah, so first of all, they can just get into the website, coti.io. They have all the information over there, technical white paper, business overview. They can watch the team. We got some very impressive team, mostly former bankers, Matthew McBrady from BlackRock Investment Officer, former BlackRock Investment Officer. We have Stephen Halborn as the former CEO of Investec, and a couple of other very nice and decent technology guys that are helping us in building this project. So they can get a lot of information over there. We are very much active in all of our social networks as well. We are holding a community group at Telegram, more than 40,000 people and 20,000 over Twitter and so on. On and on.
One of the largest in
Yeah,
blockchain.
Definitely. In total, we have more than 80,000 members in our community, so they get more than welcome to step into each and every social network and just digging in the information from there. For those who are interested in getting some more information or getting into this project in a much more of intimate way, they are more than welcome to email either me, Samuel at Coti.io, or leave a message over the support team in the website.
Great, thank you so much. And that is www.coti.io, correct? Great.
And Coti stands for currency over the internet.
Oh, okay.
Currency of the internet.
You heard it first here. Thanks, you guys.